Hey everyone, Clip Butler here, and today we are going to learn about image schema. Image schema is primarily used for image SEO. It's one of the aspects of image SEO beyond using something like Google Vision to learn what Google thinks the image has, and then setting your EXIF data, setting your IPTC data, and setting your schema, all for the goal of boosting your image exposure in search results in the hopes that you get enough traffic. Now, my view on image schema is probably different from other people's. Other people like to, you leverage it, you get as much as possible, and you hope that, all this work relates to getting rankings in the image search and thus the image traffic. To me personally, I think that that's fine, especially if you're doing like wedding photos or something along those lines where you want to show examples. Maybe those examples somehow end up being seen in Google image search, and then you get some targeted traffic from it. I think you would get more valuable traffic out of, say, something like a Pinterest. But I mean, at the case of where you're just trying to squeeze every last drop of everything that you're going to do and get out of it, then image schema is probably one of the easier things that you can implement on your website. Just to say, hey, these are the images that are on it. Can you please give me some credit for them? Here's as much data as you can get about it to associate it with the keyword beyond just doing your alt text. So that's why you'd probably want to do image schema. I would focus mainly on image schema if you're doing e-commerce, SEO, or you're in a visual niche, or you're doing something like creating statistics posts that leverage a lot of infographics. And in those three instances is where I would really hammer down with image schema, and the rest of it is just basic level image schema. So we're going to show you a little bit of both. And I've already signed into Rank Gear. And what we're going to do is go to image license. Why it's image license, who knows? But it is. And then I'm going to use this post. This is the post that I've written for this video. It's in here. There's a lot in this post. You're like it's thinking of the breadcrumbs video where there's a lot of breadcrumbs that you can actually go down into the well of madness. It's the same with image schema. You can get really, really crazy. Just remember what I said. Unless you're, a photographer, you're selling art, or you're doing infographics, you don't need 99% of what you can do with image schema. You just need image schema to add some relevance to it. Okay, let me fix that while I see it. So I'm going to get my URL, and then I'm going to do image one. I have multiple images, so we're just going to do image one, and that'll be this image right here. Okay. Main entity of page, the name. I'm going to get the alternative text, the ID. Oh, I messed that up. This is the ID. I need the image address. So let me go into Open Media Library. That's the image I want. Copy to clipboard so I get the right URL. Whoa, madness. Jeez. Content URL, and then license URL. This is a Google thing. Google likes this. So what you can do, I think I have one on digital here. Let me see. I'll just use terms and conditions. I did a license page. One of my websites has this license here for it. It basically says what you can use the images for and stuff. But I'm just going to use that. Terms and conditions. Now we'll copy this And then what I want to do is test it in here because I know we're going to have to add more. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to add more. And we're good. So we get non-critical items, credit, creator, copyright notice, and acquire license page. You don't need that. These are all optional, but I like to do as much as we can. Credit text. Let's see if we have that option. Creator. Creator was on that list, right? Yeah. Copyright notice. And then I'll do copyright year. Acquire a license page. I don't think that's going to be in there. Oh, there it is. Acquire a license page. All right. So license URL, acquire a license page. Put that in there. Copyright holder. I'll put rankgear.com. Copyright year 2025. Creator. Select type. Organization. I don't need to do all that. I just need to do this. This will be easier. I just need to do this. That's all I need right there. Okay, and now it should test better. Credit text, copyright notice. Those are optional, so don't need them. All right. Okay. So that works. Overview of schema.org structured data.png. This should do it. Okay. Now we can go beyond that. And when I say that, we can go to validate. So you can see here. All of this is in there, but now you can add some EXIF data. So we want to go in image object, caption, embedded text. Let's do caption. Let's see if we can. No caption. Embedded text. You would use that if your image, this image actually had words on it. So if I had these words on my embedded on there, you can put that on there to help out a little bit. Okay. Let's see if we can add it here. Nope. Can't use embedded text there. No big deal. EXIF data, and then we can do stuff with that. So now watch. I want to go show you EXIF data, Google schema, and then the image metadata. This link right here, and it'll give you examples of what they're allowing their system to look for. Now, you have the copyright notice. We don't need that. Well, we can use that, but we have to add it manually. And there's the EXIF data right here. The set, you can put the sizes in there if you want to, etc. And let's see another example. Where it would be, yeah, they're not using EXIF data in here. You can actually add, see how this one has sizes, etc. You can add like the camera and the image stuff, a bunch of other stuff too if you want to. Personally, though, I think EXIF data is a waste of time on your own sites. If you're using anything for image optimization that optimizes it, it rips all that stuff out. So to minimize everything that's in it, all the tests that we've done just kind of show that EXIF data is fatui. It might be good like Google Photos. Google Photos doesn't rip it out. Flickr, if I remember the name of that website correctly, it doesn't rip it out. But most of the other ones that are using optimization will rip out the EXIF data. So Google Posts, I think you can use it in Google Posts on your GMBs. And then that doesn't necessarily get ripped out. Well, actually, it does get ripped out, but people say, well, Google reads it first before they ripped it out, and then they keep it. So the idea behind that statement is that Google optimizes your image and then saves the original. So for every image that Google gets, it has two of them. To me, that doesn't sound fiscally smart to do that, but hey, each their own. All my tests say that EXIF data is kind of a waste of time. So I don't do EXIF data anymore. You can if you want to. You can put it in your schema if you want to. If you're doing it, you're taking the time to do it. But I don't necessarily mess with it. But you can see there's some property value stuff in here and max value, measurement technique, and all that kind of stuff. If it's all related to images and to what EXIF data is, or you can do text if you want to put your camera, your shutter speed, and all that stuff, and if you want to. But again, I don't really mess around with it too much. Let's see, we have content URL, duration, that's for videos, really duration, height. If you want to put the height, see, width and height. So mine, I can do width and height, I think. Let's see. Image width, image height. Image width, image height. It's supposed to be 720, but the way my thingy works, it doesn't come out to 720. And then I gotta pull that out of there so it's in the right spot. Okay, let's test it again. Run test. Okay, and then the two optional things. Copyright notice. We can do that, and we can do credit text. You can add those if you want to. It wouldn't really be all that big of a deal to do it. You saw in the example here where they have copyright notice. It's just a name. I think that's just a name. Yeah, all the examples are just names. So just copy this line and put your name in there. And then what is the other one? Credit text. Let's see if they have an example in here. Just the person they made it, Labrador Photomab. Yeah, the people who processed it, be my guess. Or made it. You could put that in there too. But it's kind of redundant if you have a creator and the creator did all that. So it seems like that would count, right? But Google gives it that option to you. Put it in there as an optional and just do it. It'll be easy. What I'm going to do is save this as a schema. Image, single image. Public. Save. Okay, so you have that, and then we can add those other things. So in order to do that, we're gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna go to validate, just so it jumps me over here real quick. And then we will add the ones Google says, credit notice, credit text. And let's go lazy. Credit text, copyright notice. I'll just do it here. And I'll put and then credit text. And then I don't need that. And then we'll put so this schema right here actually would make a lot of sense. If you're doing link building and you do Web2s or PBNs or have link networks where you just can add schema to links like your guest posts or your contributor content and all that stuff, and you're adding images to it, adding this makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. I think you could test it. I'll do a test to see if you could put a URL in here, and maybe it shows up in Search Console. The problem with that test is it takes forever to see it in there, so I don't even know if it's worth knowing if it would show up versus just seeing if I could put it in there and I don't put a link to the test page anywhere else, but I just put it in there. Will I get some link use out of it? Maybe, kind of. That would be an interesting test. So I'll try that out. But for right now, I think that looks good. Let's validate this. Yeah, I think we're all set. Now, let's say I want to use this in a whole bunch of schema, right? So let's go the article schema. All right, there's my article template. So I'm going to go and we're going to add it to that. And I need this. All right here, and it stops there. Okay. And I haven't done this for that article yet, so we're good. So we go to a has part. There's the video. There's the first one and the second one. And then I think I want to do this and this. And then I want to do this. Do this. And this, 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 and this. Let's see. No, I don't. I'm gonna go up here. And I can replace this stuff. I gotta figure out how to figure this out. Do. I want to put that as part of it. I want to build it all into one. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do that. This web page has a part. I think I'm on the right track here. Oh, I just need this. There we go. I knew I was overthinking that a little bit. Ta-da! All right, so it should go there. Now, Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V, sent, and there you go. It works. Now, here's what you do. You have your template. You just made that section, right? So you just go like this, copy. And how many images are in this article? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And then the featured image is 4. So I can go, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be done. Control A, Control C, validate, Control A, Control V, test, boom, they're all there. As part image. You know what? And then record. And copy all of it. Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V, image, image, image. It's because it's multiple images with the same video. Blah, blah, blah. And then multiple images with the same schema, so it's smart enough not to repeat it, which is good. So we got that. So, we can change the, and then we can edit our template for all the images, and we're all set to go. All right. Whew. That's a lot. So what I just did there, you guys are going to have to go through that process all by your lonesome, but now you at least know that you can do it. You take your original template from the other videos we made. This was the article schema with the video schema added to it. And then you add your image object multiplied by how many images are on your post, and then drop each one of those on there, put it in there under has part, and then you're done. Because this is the article, the written part, and then that article, and it's on this web page. This web page has this article that also contains the video that I'll embed once this is rendered, and then you have your images. And then if I wanted to go cray, I can rip this and turn it into audio and then put it into a podcast and put my audio in there. We're not going to do that madness. We're just stopping at videos and images. All right. And then you have your template, and that will pump out the article template. So what I will do is this version right here that I just made, I'll put in the code as your example, and that'll be all the way down at the bottom here. Example from the video as well. I'll drop it right here. Let me remind myself. Let's go. Example from image schema video. And then I'll put it at H4. Okay. And then code block, change the code language to JSON. And then we just want that part right there. Actually, I'll give you this whole thing. And you can edit or use it as you see fit. Or come into Rank Gear and get it there. So put it here. And there you go. Okay. All right. Hope you find that useful. That's image schema. Remember, these videos are for free. I'm doing them for make myself internet famous. So if you hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, thumbs down. A lot of people have been doing thumbs down too. They don't leave comments and say why are they thumbs down. They just want to leave thumbs down. So whatever, F you. But in any rate, engagement, watch, and we appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll keep going with this series.